I'm Farmer Sim.
And I'm Mr. Sim Gamer.
And welcome back, everybody, to Purbeck 22, back on the farm. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Very good. Right in it today, aren't we?
Trying to hide in the crop there.
Yeah, hiding from you.
Yeah. So, yes, we are back. This is pretty much for us. It's a matter of minutes. For you, it's been a week, obviously. But yes, we are back in pretty much to the end of the last episode. I finished off the harvesting of the canola. You finished off the baling of the oat field over there. And we are now here in our field of wheat, and we've got our field of barley up there, just in the distance on the hill. That's going to be today's episode, today's jobs. We've got that to harvest, and what have we got behind us? We've got that's the leftover bales from the oat field. So we're going to top that up with the straw we get from here, aren't we?
We are, and we have 17 bales in storage up here as well. So we did pretty good for straw off of that field. We
did, mate. Yeah, we got we sold a trailer load. We stored a trailer load, and this is what's left. And then we'll I think we're gonna essentially keep hold of 2 trailer loads worth of straw bales, and then flog the rest. I think, for the sake of money.
Flog the rest.
Flog the rest.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And how much canola did you get, Farmer Sim?
I think we had 21,000 litres. That's what I put into the production system. I'm going to bring the production system menu up here. Yep, 20. We're now down to 20,985. We have activated canola oil, so that's on its way to making us some more
Fantastic.
money. That's going to be awesome.
That's great work.
It really
is. And of course, these 2 are going to be turned into flour. Yes,
that's right. We're going to harvest this. Everything is going into the production system, turn everything that we can into flour so that we can make bread and make an enormous pile of money. Hey.
Absolutely. And while I'm here, actually, I'm going to change the setting now that we are making oat flour.
Yep.
I'm going to switch the flour to distributing.
Okay.
And turn the bread production on. So now what's going to happen is, instead of the flour spawning and us putting it back in, this will automatically distribute straight back into the production and make bread.
Ah, right. Okay, I see. See, I'm an absolute noob at these production systems, even though I've been playing the game since the day it was released. That's interesting, right? I never really understood fully what the distributed and selling and storing thing did. Right, yep. Brilliant. Okay, that's awesome. So we
are well underway. The only thing that was going to concern me is, as part of the game, we got given the carpentry in the cereal factory.
Right.
You probably remember, if you've been watching this series since day dot, you'll remember that was what came with us as new farmer.
Yep.
But thankfully, the cereal factory doesn't take flour, so we don't have any conflicts of the flour being spread across different production chains. Because technically you can distribute out of the production chain as well. It doesn't have to stay in that one. So it's quite a handy little trick.
Yeah, that is very handy. Your knowledge is extremely valuable there, mate. So nice one. Yeah. Excellent. So all we're going to see on the ground in front of our production system is canola oil and bread. Is that right?
Exactly. You're not actually going to see any of the flour. It's going to go straight back in.
Brilliant. That's what we want. And bread's quite valuable, isn't it? So we're going to make some money. That'll do for me, mate.
Money.
Absolutely.
So while you're busy here, I'm going to shoot and get that cut and baled.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So we can flip that farmland today.
Of course, yes, we can sell the dreaded horse pasture, get rid of that thing, and unfortunately the 2 areas of land around it that come with it. Yes, good idea. Okay, right. Yeah. So
that's my job. So I'm gonna leave you here.
Okay, mate.
With our lovely viewers, and I'm gonna take Big Green with me and get mowing.
Okay, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna crack on here and get this wheat harvested. I shall move out of your way here.
Squeeze past you?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
There you go. Ladies first and all that.
Such a gentleman.
Right. Let's rock and roll with this beast. There we go.
So that's the wheat you're doing first, isn't it?
Yep, this is the wheat. So I shall take each trailer load of this, obviously, to the production system, and that's going to be creating flour, isn't it? And then the flour will be distributed back into the system itself to make bread. That's how it's going to work, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Yeah. So let's, in fact, let me
Very
just...
excited to get that underway.
Yes, very much so. I just jumped out the harvester just to check the yield on the field, and we're at 99% in this particular area, so that'll do. That'll do.
I think the yield. Oh, crash counter. I think the yield is slightly higher at the top of the field on that.
Oh, is it?
On that particular field. Let me just have a look in precision farming. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I'm doing the same actually. Yeah, it's the sandy loam and the loam.
Yeah. So the loamy sand is at the top. So when you get into the top section, jump out and have a look what the difference is.
Yeah,
I can't remember
will.
if is loamy sand better than sandy loam?
No, it's worse. I'm right at the top of the field now, and the expected yield is saying 79, whereas down at the bottom of the field it was 99. So it's we did all that we could. We did all the field prep. We did the liming and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we can't do anything about the ground, unfortunately, can we? It's just the type of soil we drilled into. So it is what it is.
Yeah, so it goes loam, sandy loam, loamy sand, then silty clay.
Yes.
As in effectiveness.
Yeah, I think so. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Hey ho, we'll be right though.
Well, that makes. Oh gosh, yeah, very good.
Yes.
Get the blades out and get mowing.
Indeed. That shouldn't take too long either, should it? That one. The mowers run quite fast,
No.
don't they?
They really do. Should I just do some silage out of this so we can sell it?
Yeah, you may as well, I suppose. Do we
Although
want
we're going to be getting cows, aren't we? So we might save some. We actually have 17 odd bales in storage now.
of hay?
Silage.
Of silage? Oh, we have, haven't we?
We do.
Oh, goodness,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about those. Yeah, we have. I
Probably
suppose...
best we don't sell those.
Yeah, we can keep hold of those, and I guess we could sell what you create out of that field, couldn't we?
Absolutely. We could.
Yeah, we'll have enough. We're not going to be buying hundreds and hundreds of cows, are we? The silage that we've got stocked away in that shed back at the pig farm, that'll be enough to see them through for the first few feeds, if and when we eventually get them. And by the time we get to that point, we'll have had another grass field ready to harvest, no doubt, by then. So I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you may as well turn all that to silage and wait for it to ferment and get it sold, eh?
Sounds great to me.
It does.
Sounds great to me.
It certainly does. And by that time, we'll no doubt have had a few pallets of canola oil to sell as well, which is worth a pretty penny, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is.
Oh
Can't
no!
wait.
What's happened here?
What's wrong?
I've just realised that why isn't the straw swath hasn't been enabled? I've just lost a headland's worth of straw. Forgive me, boss. Dear me.
Oh, don't you worry.
Although I didn't
Happens to the best of us.
deactivate it from the last time. I just assumed it would have carried on. I wonder why that happened.
So, it doesn't automatically deactivate when you use it on canola, does it? It must do.
Oh, do you know what? That's what it was. Yeah, of course, because I did the canola in between. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well done. Yeah. That's what it was. Anyway, we're back on there now. Swathing.
Get your swath on.
Got my swath on, mate. Absolutely. So I was going to say, how are you? How have you been this week? But it's literally the same day, isn't it? Since last episode, isn't it?
It is exactly the same day.
Yeah. Been sat here for a whole week creating this episode. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm really enjoying just getting ahead of ourselves and doing a couple back to back, and
Yeah,
takes the pressure off, doesn't it?
it certainly does. Yeah, that's it's a good point. We always work week by week, don't we? We record an episode that gets released that week, but doing it this way, we're a week ahead of ourselves already in an hour's time, roughly.
We are.
Which can
So
only
I'm
be a
gonna miss
good
playing
thing.
when I'm away.
I know,
It's,
yeah. A week off.
Why is this not lifting? So I'm having issues with the. I have to put the help menu on.
What's not lifting?
The mower. There we go. Sorry, I was having. For some reason, I thought I had the mower selected, but it was completely user error.
Ah. All sorted now.
Just being absolute daft. daft.
There we
So-
go. We've got our...
So. You're still working on your wonderful Court Farm series, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am. Yeah, it's been quite a popular thing, that. As obviously, I know the map itself was... a lot of people have been waiting for that for a very long time, and it's... obviously, rightfully so, these kind of things take a long time to make, and Oxygen David has done an incredible job with that map. I said it actually in the episode that I was recording yesterday. It's one of those maps that you just feel like that you can play forever. It really is. It's that... I suppose we all experienced it with Calmsden, didn't we, when that first came out? The immersiveness and the realism of it. Especially for us UK-based people, with how real it felt, and because it was based on a real place, wasn't it? As is Court Farms. But yeah, it's got such a huge level of immersion to it that yeah, I just feel like you could play it forever and ever and ever. It's brilliant. But yes, I've been very busy with it, very busy indeed. I've finally managed to get ahead of myself with that series as well. I've been recording, I think I'm now 2 or 3 releases ahead of myself now, which is quite wonderful, because that's not a position I've ever been in so far in my relatively young YouTube career.
Well, I think when you get in the flow, and especially as you're probably enjoying it so much, you're really motivated to sit there and do it.
Yes, very much so, yeah.
The post-production for you, because your videos have a very high post-production level.
They do take
You
a while to make.
You do a lot to your videos, don't you?
I do, yeah. It's quite a laborious process. I love doing it. I've always had a creative spark in me. Ever since I was young, I've always enjoyed being a creative and a bit arty-farty, shall we say. And learning this video production thing and learning how to do cinematics. I loved making cinematics. I could do that all day long. Literally, I could make cinematics all day long. It's just a part of the creative process that I absolutely love, which is why there's always at least one arty-farty cinematic-y thing in every one of my videos. I don't think I've done a video that doesn't have one in. So I do hope you wonderful viewers don't get bored of that aspect of especially my videos anyway. Yeah, it's...
No, I love it.
No, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. I very much do. It's... yeah, I do enjoy, but I love making them, but it takes ages to do it. And again, it's only because of the likes of CORSAIR and Auto Drive that you can set vehicles off doing their thing, and then essentially hover around them, filming the process as it happens from arty-farty angles, and making it look like what it does.
It just makes it look so cool.
It is cool. It's been a long learning process, I must admit, and it's very computer heavy as well. It asks a lot of my computer when I do all these kind of things. But yeah, it's good fun. I love it very much so. I'm very glad that I've found this whole YouTube channel thing and that I've started doing it, because I wanted to start doing this ages ago. funnily enough, it's how I justified to myself and to Mrs. Farmer Sim why I was buying the computer. It's like I'm gonna spend thousands of pounds on a computer because I want to start doing YouTube videos. And I didn't do anything about it for ages. I spent the thousands of pounds on the computer and just played games. So I didn't actually do anything with it, and it was only recently that I thought it was finding the love for this game. That's one of the things that spurred me on to do it. Yeah, and then finding all you wonderful people and the Farm Sim community itself. When I started getting into this game, it was like, wow, this is a really cool community to be part of. Everyone's so friendly. The creators who were out there at the time just gave me the motivation to consider doing it myself. So, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
I think it's amazing, really, because I'd never really. I've always thought I would love a career in gaming, because I've loved gaming from a very young age, but
Yeah.
I actually never considered being a YouTube creator, ever.
No, yeah.
Until I started playing this game, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't a clue. How am I going to learn this game? I know I want to learn it, but how?
Yeah.
So I turned to YouTube, and I would spend hours upon hours upon hours just watching people play the game.
Yeah.
And then as I got more and more confident, I was like, what if I could do this?
And you can.
That was my sort of reason. It's never even occurred to me before, oddly.
So who were your who were your first content creators for Farm Sim that you started watching, and who kind of gave you the motivation to get into this out of interest?
Mr. Sealy P.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Mr. Sealy P. Mainly because he plays PlayStation as well.
He does. Yeah.
So when it come to learning how to play the game,
yeah,
it was easier to watch how he played.
Yeah.
And then once I was comfortable with how to play the game, I then wanted to explore further.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody goes to Daggerwin. Everybody's watched Daggerwin at some point of their lives.
They have, yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And as much as I enjoyed watching his videos, I really felt like I needed a little bit more. So that's when I found FSG and Argsy playing together and live streaming, and felt more part of the community.
Absolutely.
That wasn't until about 6+ months into me playing the game
Really?
where I thought, right, I want a little bit more now.
Yeah.
And of course, that's where I met you.
Indeed, that's right. We said hello to each other for the first time on one of FSG's streams, didn't we?
We did.
And it all went from there.
Yeah, it's just been a bit of a weird roller coaster.
It has.
Just
love
every minute of it.
Likewise, mate. Likewise. It's just such a great game, isn't it? That's the bottom line. It's not like we're running around shooting each other in the face on like Call of Duty or anything like that. A stressful, fast-paced game. It's farming. Here I am at 6 miles an hour. I spent a lot of my early days in gaming. I was on, well, say early days, the last few years. Gran Turismo, yeah, that's on my PlayStation 3. That was probably knocking on the door of about 3 years of my life, where I solidly played Gran Turismo. I had the steering wheel set up in my bedroom. I even had, this is how ridiculous I was quite good at it without blowing my own trumpet. I even had driving shoes and driving gloves.
You?
Yeah. Yes.
Classic.
And that's because, I mean, I was so serious with it that I platinum. Anyone who knows who has had any time spent on Gran Turismo 5, I platinumed it, which meant I'd done all the 24-hour races. There was a challenge called the Sebastian Vettel Challenges, where you had to drive this futuristic make-believe car called the Red Bull X1, I think it was called, and it was a super fast, ridiculous car, and you had to get these lap times around a few circuits that were, at one point, they just felt impossible to do, but through grit and determination and a set of driving gloves, I was able to do it. Yeah, it was incredible. It was mega. So that's where I spent my early days of like committed gaming. But that's really fast paced, and it can be very stressful when you're trying to, you know, beat a lap time and get a really fast time. You're quite tense when you're playing it. Whereas this is just, you know, you're just sitting here chatting to me mate at 6 miles an hour in a harvester chopping wheat. I mean, what could be more perfect? It's awesome.
Yeah, they're very, very different games, but
yeah,
games are, well, they bring so many different possibilities, don't they? They really do, and it's awesome. And also really this whole YouTube thing has also brought us both, especially, into communication with all you wonderful people, all you guys who go out of your way to leave us comments and say hello, and you know, and comment on our videos and like us and subscribe to us. It's gaming on a different level. It really is. Yeah, it feels like sometimes I feel like I know the community here. It just sometimes when you have comments and there's a real big community. Yeah,
there's a sense, even though you've never met a lot of people, there's a sense of support and friendship, and it's just it's another aspect of it that until you're here doing it and getting there and receiving wonderful support and comments from you wonderful people, it's difficult to explain, isn't it? It's just great. Really, that's what it is. It's just brilliant.
Yeah. And of course it has its flip sides. It has its flip sides. There are the nasty ones that, like for example, Nancy Boy no longer creating anymore.
Do you know what? That really annoyed me, that did. We're about a week in front of what's just happened in the community with Lancy Boy. He's decided to call it a day just because of the toxicity of the comments that he was receiving over his, I think it was American Falls, wasn't it?
Falls.
And it just doesn't compute in my mind how some people can operate that way. These modders, who, by the way, modders make this game. This game, don't get me wrong, Giant Software and all the people involved with that making the base game, it's incredible. It really is, because without the base game there'd be no modders. I get that, but the game is made by the modders. The stuff that they add into it, you know, I can wax lyrical about this for hours, but yeah, the modders. The bottom line is modders make this game. So a modder spends hours, days, weeks, months, in fact, and in the case of someone like Oxygen David, I'm sure he's been working on Court Farms for about a year, if not more. So you put that amount of time into something, it doesn't matter what it is, you put that amount of time into something, that amount of passion and creativity and whatever, and then to release it, and then just to get a load of hate and a load of horrible, nasty comments about something to do with that particular wonder that you've created, that must be soul destroying. And
I have absolutely no words for it.
No.
I think I commented. I've got a very select amount which will require a lot of thinking.
I was going to say I've got words for it. Trust me, but don't want to say them here.
Yeah, I'm, and thankfully it is the minority rather than majority.
Yes, very much so.
I think when you work as hard as someone like Nancy Boy, like Oxford David, like 4D modding,
Yeah,
the list is very long.
it is.
Where it is out of love and passion rather than
Yeah,
payment.
that's it.
I think people, there's donations, and I think that's how they earn their money, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that's how they earn. That's how I believe that's how they earn some money.
Yeah. But
And-
these people have day jobs and families and life, and
Yeah.
yet they're still donating their time and passion and expertise.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, I mean, I couldn't make a mod. I've seen the I think it's a lot of people use a program called Blender. I think I might be wrong with that. I don't know, but I've seen a mod in progress, like images of, and it's like it's just gobsmacking. It's like, wow, really? And you do all, yeah, it is. It really is. It's digital art, and these guys do all this for very little money, if not nothing. I believe that on the Mod Hub especially, that you can earn something from your mods when you start hitting the big numbers. But the bottom line is, most of the time, these modders will do this for no money. Like you say, if people are in the position to be able to afford to donate to them, then great. That's how it keeps going. But generally, as a rule, it's done for free, and they're presented to us for free, and we can just go on the internet, click a couple of buttons. It'll take 10 seconds to download it, and the what isn't appreciated is, it's taken you 10 seconds to download and find it, but it's taken 9 months for that modder to make that particular slurry tanker or map or tractor or harvester, whatever it might be. It's
So
we're very, very fortunate.
we are very, very fortunate, and again, we're extremely fortunate. The people which are watching or listening to this right now, they are of the same mindset. They're of the same.
You're all lovely.
Yeah, you're all lovely. So whenever we see a modder getting attacked by somebody's stupidity or naivety, let's remind them to be respectful or take their opinions elsewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my 2 pennies.
No, you couldn't have said it better, mate. That's exactly what it is. I think the world is full of keyboard warriors, isn't it? That they're happy to just say whatever they want because they're behind the relative safety of anonymity sometimes, and behind a keyboard. But there's just nothing worse, like I say, especially when so much time, passion, creativity, and I guess in some cases money, when you've had to repair your computer in order to carry on making a mod. That's money that that's money that's been put into the cost of making a mod, and computers are expensive. So it's
and for most of us also, this is a safe space. This is a space where we escape to. This is a space where we come to be with people that we like, and share a common love of something.
Absolutely.
And when that safe space is tarnished by a tiny, even just one person, it just spreads negativity, and it's just not needed. So
absolutely, mate.
Yeah,
it really isn't.
We have no time for it, and honestly, I know there are people that are watching this who really value content creators and modders, because it has provided them a place where they can just go and watch and listen and feel part of the community. So let's make sure that it continues to be that for people.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So
Anyway, that was on our soapbox for a little bit there. Sorry about that, guys.
It's all right. Yeah, you've got to have a soapbox nearby now and again, haven't you? But like we say, it's been something that's just happened recently, isn't it? It's kind of fresh in our minds, isn't it? Especially when it comes to Lancy Boy. That was quite a rubbish bit of news we learned there. Yeah, a blow, definitely, because I'd like to think that I've got all of his mods. His shed packs are incredible. Fortunately, I do still have American Falls. so that's awesome.
Well, I don't. It didn't come. I don't think it comes to console, or if it did, I didn't see it or didn't come online. Someone will be able to answer that for me.
I think. Oh, hang on. Is that full? Oh, the trailer's full. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I think the console version was on its way before he decided to pack it in.
Yeah. Well, it's always harder to do the console ones anyway. I
yeah.
admire any map maker taking on that task.
Yes.
Regardless.
Very much so. Very much so.
You are all incredible.
Absolutely.
So,
what are you up to anyway? Where are you?
Oh, I'm just sitting there having a drink. What are you doing?
I've been in the game.
I'm joking, I'm bailing.
I thought you were serious, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go. Yeah, I'm just on my way. I've just finished harvesting the wheat. I'm just on my way over there now with a trailer load, and I've got a little bit left.
How far through the field are you to already have a trailer load?
Oh, it's done. The field's done.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fully harvested. We've got this trailer load, and there's a little bit left in the combine, or there's quite a bit left actually in the combine, and so I'm just going to tip this wheat in here. Do I need to activate this now? I do, don't I?
You do, yeah.
I shall activate wheat flour. Dun 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 dun.
Sorry, everybody, just taking a drink.
It's all right. Swig away. Wheat flour. There we are.
Swig away.
Activate that. So, yep. Activate, and we've got the. In fact, while I'm here, have we got anything that's worth looking at? No, we haven't got anything that's been produced yet.
We've got it on real time, so that's
why,
no
isn't it?
reflection on the production chain. It's just us
buying
ourselves time.
Indeed, indeed. So yeah, I'm going to trundle back over and get the last of the wheat, and then I shall get into the barley field and get that done. We're now knocking on the door of about 32 minutes on this particular snip of video, love. So shall we bring
everybody back in once we are ready, maybe to flip this field?
Absolutely, mate. I think that would be a very good call. Hello. I'm just pulling alongside you there. How do? Yeah, so we shall say goodbye briefly, temporarily, and bring you all back in a wee while when we've made a little bit more progress. So, catch you all shortly.
Catch you soon.
How are you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, I've been a busy bee like you.
We have, yep.
Guess what, guys? We've Farmer Sims finished off the wheat and the barley.
Yep.
And I am just being Mrs. Baler today.
Mrs. Sim Baler.
Mrs. Sim Baler.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it works, I guess.
Trademark.
So yeah, we've been busy. We've got our fields harvested. The barley and the wheat is safely in our production system, which reminds me, actually, I need to go into the production system and turn on barley flour as well. So we've got 19,577 litres of barley, so not a huge amount, but we're going to turn it into flour nonetheless. And all of that will be turned into bread for our baking venture. Yeah.
Well, we are enjoying the extra straw as well, aren't we? We've got quite a lot in the field over to our left.
Yep.
Shall we finish off baling later? Let's get this, get one trailer load full. So we need to pick up the bales in the other field, don't we?
Yes, I will go. I will fill this trailer up here. I will go and I'll treat this trailer as the one we're going to keep hold of, and I will place these next to our other straw bales, and then I will go and pick up the. Is that me full? Yeah, that's me full. Right. I will then go and pick up the silage bales that are in the field of grass that you mowed not long ago. Oh, goodness me. Now the fence slowing down. Come on. Now it's got a whole
Oh, yeah,
trailer
the
load of... It's struggling a bit.
Yeah. It doesn't like it at all.
I know, it's going to have somewhat of a worn gearbox, this thing is. Yes, I get the silage bales picked up, and then we can sell the land, can't we? And have a look at something pastures new, quite literally.
We absolutely will. I'm very excited about it.
Likewise,
I wonder
mate.
whether we'll have enough money to do it straight away. I'm hoping so.
Yes, well, we will see, won't we? I'm trying to
Yeah.
see where I'm going here. I'm trying to reverse this. This is the shed that we put the bales in, the straw bales over here. This is a shed that we haven't actually done anything with as of yet. Over here at our original farm. So that's about right there. That'll do. Unload bales. Yep. Oh, that'll do. It's as good a place as any. Unload bales there. Right, we've got a relatively unneat stack of bales there in that shed.
That's fine.
But that'll do just fine. I shall now thread my way out of here. There we go. And
Two lots of 17. That'll keep us
absolutely.
That'll keep us well stocked for a while.
That it will, and we will sell everything else straw bale wise, won't we? Just to make a few more pounds. Yes. Right. On my way to the grass field. Yeah, a few more squid. Could all do with a few more squid, couldn't we?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Right.
We haven't had a shopping spree in ages either. We've been so reserved.
We have, you know. You mean for tractors and machinery?
Tractors and machinery.
I know.
I suppose we haven't had the money, so...
Well, we haven't. I suppose every day should be new tractor day, shouldn't it, really? But...
It should.
Unfortunately...
We haven't had that opportunity, have we?
No, we haven't. Damn shame, if you ask me. Oh, am I going to get all these in one go? 14.
Annoyingly, I think there's 18 there.
Oh, joking. Right, okay. No, you're right. There is. Annoyingly. There's 18. Right, okay. Transporting position. There we go. Right, I'll go and take these round to the pig farm and set them down to ferment away for a while. And I'll pick up the random one. And then we can sell, can't we? Get a bit of money back.
We absolutely can.
Yeah. How much was this? We did check before. It was about 100 and something thousand, wasn't it?
124?
124. Plus the 61 that we've got, so 185.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thankfully, the land doesn't lose value on Farming Simulator, so...
It doesn't, does it?
We haven't lost, and we have gained because we've managed to get 2 cuts off of that land, of the grass,
Yep.
and we managed to get the oats off of it, so...
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Swing this round here. Now I'm going to put the... Oh, you would have done that, wouldn't you? Yeah, the place the place I thought I wanted to... I'm going to have to play a bit of musical trailers here a second. Our water tanker that we bought earlier on, the little white thing, I parked right in the... There's a little section right next to the pig, where the pigs are.
Next to the pigs.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to put the current load of silage bales, just so we can keep them separated, so we know which one's which for now.
That's a great idea.
So, musical trailers it is. I'm just going to pop the water tanker in here for now, neatly to the side. It's not too big, doesn't take up much space, so that'll do there. Right.
That only cost us, was it 3,000, that water tanker?
£3,000, mate, yep. Cheap and cheerful.
Fantastic little buy.
Yeah. Cheap and cheerful, just how I like it. So... Right, let's get these bales loaded in here, and then I will be back with you, my friend, picking up those straw bales, and we'll get... It was about $5 a time, wasn't it, for a trailer load of straw?
£5 a time.
Yeah, where did you take them to?
The usual bale store, bale.
Oh, right, yeah. I see.
Hay and straw bale sale? I can't say that.
Hay and straw bale sale. Yes, I know where you are. Yeah. Right, that'll do
Next to
there.
the biogas plant, that's what I should have just said.
Yeah, that one there. Right,
That
reset.
one there.
Reset.
Just past my 50 bales mark.
You've done 50 bales today.
50 bales.
You really are Mrs. Sim Baler, aren't you?
Mrs. Sim Baler. That might have to be the thumbnail.
Mrs. Sim... That's not a bad idea. And the name of the episode, Mrs. Sim Baler.
Yes. I think we have to do that.
I think we do. Oh, and I've just gone full cannonball run there, and I've just gone straight across that crossroads without looking and without stopping.
Did you get away with it?
I got away with it. I did, because you didn't hear a yelp from my end going, oh, God. Just been bashed into a field by a passing car. No. Here we are.
Yeah, you normally get a squeal from me, don't you?
Normally, if I'm recording, it's a polite word, but if I'm not recording, it's normally some form of expletive, isn't it? From me.
It is.
Yeah. A rather prolonged beep.
Oh, there you are.
Here I
Didn't
am.
even know the thing could go that fast.
Can with me behind the wheel, mate. Leadfoot here.
Look at you. It looks so funny from this angle.
I know. I was still fully foot planted from my journey across the crossroads. I just came walloping through the farm.
I love it.
Full whack. Full Smokey and the Bandit. Right. There you go. There's another one. Me and the boss here were just having a conversation about cartoons from our childhood, weren't we? And
We were.
I'm a few years your senior, unfortunately. Only a few.
Only if we're both 80s babies, but different sides of the 80s.
Yes, yeah. I'm firmly at the beginning and you're firmly at the end. But there's a handful of cartoons that I mentioned that you were like, no, what's that?
What?
And I'm like,
What's that?
I'm like, really? Danger Mouse? Mrs. Sim Gamer doesn't know Danger Mouse and she doesn't know Count Duckula.
I really don't. I'm sorry.
You will be. But that just made me think, because I just said I've just went full Smokey and the Bandit. Do you even know what Smokey and the Bandit is?
No.
No. Oh, you've never lived. Smokey and the Bandit is a film with Burt Reynolds. You know Burt Reynolds? You must know who Burt Reynolds is.
Yeah, I know Burt Reynolds,
Right.
but I've never watched Smokey and the what? Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. It's a car chase film from the... I think it was actually in the 70s. I think it was made, and there's 3 of them, and it's the most simple, innocent film type. It's just quite simply a car chase across America. He's being chased by a sheriff, and Burt Reynolds is the bandit, and Smokey is the terminology for the sheriff, Jackie Gleason, and he's just being chased across America. He's in a black Pontiac Trans Am, one of them black American super 70s cars that's got a big golden eagle painted on the bonnet. And he's in a police car, and it's hilarious. It's just simple, innocent awesomeness, filmness. And why is this trailer
Simple,
bouncing?
innocent fun.
Yeah. This trailer's jumping in the air as I'm driving along the road. It's bouncing.
It's the speed.
Well, it's not, I'm not even... It's fully laden. I'm doing 20 miles an hour, and every now and again the back wheels just keep on bouncing up into the air. Anyway.
That's weird.
Sorry. Smokey and the Bandit. Anyway, you need to watch Smokey and the Bandit just so you know what Smokey and the Bandit is.
Just for the giggles.
Films of... Well, it is funny. It is funny. I found it. It's films of my childhood. I grew up watching that, and it's the kind of film I'd watch it and then watch it again and then again. But no, mate, you need to watch Smokey and the Bandit. You'd never lived.
I have a feeling I'm going to get a text message with a list of programs I need to sit down and watch this weekend.
Well, I've already given you a list of recommendations from Apple TV and Amazon, haven't I?
You have.
Yes.
You have.
And you've already done 2 of them.
I've Yeah, I know. That's because they're so good.
Yeah. It's a good watch. Can't beat a good TV show.
We can't.
Well, I'm just almost at the straw and bale sell point
Perfect.
to flog this lot. So we should get another...
I'm just giving our sheep some water.
Oh, are you? Already? Oh, of course, because we fast-forwarded it. Yeah, we fast-forwarded a month or so, didn't we? Of course. That makes sense.
Yeah, they're quite low, so I'm just sorting that out right now.
Okie dokie.
And we should have, hindsight being the most useless thing, we should have put some grain for the chickens.
Should have put... Oh, we should have done, shouldn't we?
So hopefully we buy a field that has some grain in and we can give some to the... Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Another... That's 5.5, just over 5,500 there.
That is.
That'll do.
That'll do. Okay, there we go. Sheepies all sorted.
Excellent. Forgive me, I just had to plug my headphones in. They were just about to go dead.
No worries.
Although, to be fair, they have been busy for quite a few hours today.
We do like to keep them busy.
Certainly do. Right, I'm on my way back. I'm going to come and get another load. So if we get even one more trailer load of bales out of this, including what you sold before, we'll have made just north of £15,000 just from excess straw bales today.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And no doubt by the time we finish this episode, we'll have got a pretty decent amount of money back in the account from the sale of the horse stables. And whether we get to buy another plot of land in this episode or not, time will tell, because we need to be able to afford it. We might have to potentially wait for a few of our production system things to happen before we can afford to buy anything bigger, but we shall see. We shall see.
Can I fit under there? No. I was just going to park my tractor in a different location, but she don't fit in that gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, actually, saying that, I forgot to pick the last silage bale up. I'll just grab that right now. There we go. Done. Right, we can now sell our plot of sugar. See, that was me. See how I was able to not swear and say sugar.
That was impressive.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I've just crashed into
Parts of sugar.
yeah, I just pulled out of the field and straight into the path of an oncoming car. In real life, the driver would have been thoroughly killed in that one. They'd have gone through the windscreen and impaled themselves on the front of my tractor somehow.
Yeah, that's not smart.
No, not really. Right.
Ooh, we have 49 new chickens.
49?
Yeah, a month old.
They've been busy, haven't they?
Yeah.
Goodness me.
I'm assuming it's 49 rather than 50 because we've run out of space. Yeah, we've run out of space.
For the chickens?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's 150 capacity.
How many did we start with? We started with 50.
We started with 50, I think.
But yeah, okay. Wow. They really have been.
That's our max.
Right, okay. We can sell the horse pasture now, mate.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm just going to unload this here bale. Drop that there. Yeah, that'll do.
Do you want to do the honours of selling?
Okie dokie. I shall jump into the menu here. Where are we? Dum. And it's... Let's make sure...
So 123,043. That's what we are going to make.
There we go. Sell this land for 123,043. Done, mate. There we go. We are no longer the
Wow.
keepers of horses.
That was a short-lived venture.
Yeah, shame there was not a glue factory on the map, isn't it? Sorry, that was rather awful of me to say. I did enjoy keeping the horses while we had them, but they were just becoming too much of a pain, weren't they?
They were, and it
Yes.
wasn't the horse's fault.
No,
But
no, it wasn't. It was actually the enclosure they were in and getting stuck, and yeah, we said that before, didn't we? So, right. So anyway,
Yeah.
£189,926 is our current bank balance.
That's pretty decent.
It's not bad, is it? It's I mean, what have we got? I'm just gonna have a quick flick. What's that? 237. Oh goodness, 304. That's expensive.
We really could do with one with some grain in.
Yes. Again, good thinking, Batman. So, what's 22 and 23?
But not oats.
Not oats. What's that one there?
'Cause we can't feed that to chickens.
No. There's... Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Hang on, right, let's go into there. Farmland. Oh, goodness, no, that's 520. That's 304. That's 237. Right. The area of land... I'm also just trying to consider... Oh, what's that one there? How much is that? No, 505. The area of land, farmland plot 15, which is the area directly behind the pig barn, the one that includes that currently has a ready to harvest field of canola, and it has a field of barley, and it has a field of, I think that's wheat.
The cow barn. Oh no, that's the animal dealer.
That's the animal.
Isn't it,
That's the animal dealer, and it does have, what's that there? The fisherman. What's the fisherman? It's some kind of. Anyway, I think
sell point, isn't it? I'm over here now.
Yeah. But I suppose
it's out of our price range, there, buddy. What
is.
Have you got have you got an idea?
Well, I was just kind of thinking, it's 237 quid. So that's, yes, right now that is out of our price range. But, well, I was only just looking at it, I think, because it's the closest plot to our farm that's within our
plot.
Almost within our price range, and I'm just trying to think if there's any way that we could get to that price range sooner, quickly, yeah. Because we're now back to 1 day month, sorry. By the time we don't really want to fast forward this month, because the crop that's in there at the minute that needs to be harvested, or in fact, what's the window of opportunity for canola? Oh, canola's good for July, August, and September. So does that mean that that crop won't wither then during the harvestable period of that crop? Is that correct?
No, but the current owner might harvest it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's there is that. Right. Okay.
That's the only potential downside I can see.
Yeah. So it's essentially we need 50 grand. Which I say we only need 50 grand. But if we had some way of scraping 50 grand together now, we could buy that plot of land.
Well, the only way to do it very, very quickly would be to borrow it.
It would, wouldn't it? Oh, just had to make a red card slam on his brakes. Do we really want to do that, though? Do we want to get in debt?
Not really. We're already in debt, aren't we?
Are we? Oh, yeah. No, let's not do that then.
55,000.
Oh, heck, so we are. Right, okay, let's not do that. Right, no, let's not do that then. Let's forget that idea.
It is a good idea though, because the things that we could get off it.
Well, it's a good idea
The only
to
other
get...
option...
Go on.
Oh, apologies, sorry.
No, go on, carry on, please, carry on.
Well, the only other option is there are some harvesting contracts.
Yeah.
So, as long as we don't harvest the ones that we want to buy, for example, where's field 7?
Oh, you don't know.
Field 7. Yeah, that's right at the top of the map.
Right.
That is available, and anything left over we could feed to our chickens. And we get the money.
How much is the contract paying?
Not a mad amount. 3,590.
Right. Okay. But then again, at the same time, do we really want to rush into buying a plot of land immediately? We could. I'm just about to sell 6 more straw bales here, by the way, and then if we, because we've got our production system that we've got in place that's working away, we could make a huge amount of money from that in the next couple of months, couldn't we?
Yeah.
And then so all I'm thinking is if we be patient and we sit on the money that we've got at the minute, and then build it up again with another chunk of money that we'll gain from our production systems, we'll be able to buy outright that plot of land that's directly behind the pig enclosure. Yeah. Maybe.
We just lose the window of opportunity to harvest it ourselves. That's the only downside.
Yes, no, I appreciate that. That is the only downside, but it will give us 3 fields.
It will. It will. It's huge. This is huge real estate here.
It is. Yes, it is.
Huge real estate.
I'm just on my way back. I'm gonna come straight back to that to the pig barn. Because also on top of that, I'm just looking at the time of this wee episode as well. This clip. So I reckon by the time I make my way back to you at the pig farm there, have a look at what we could potentially buy in the future, and we might have to call it here for this episode shortly, mate.
Absolutely, but yeah, I think that your idea is right. This is even if we just miss out on the canola, we might end up having enough money by the time this barley and wheat is available to harvest.
Yes, the barley and wheat are still growing, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something here.
Ooh.
We might be able to do it without getting ourselves into more debt.
Yes.
Which would be great.
I think that's where we need to try and do, don't we? We need to try and buy it with our own money, and then because I'm really excited to see what the productions bring financially. I think that like when we start receiving loads of bread, for example, and canola oil.
It's going to be a game changer.
Yeah, quite literally, as this is a game. Right, I'm here. I'm here. There you are.
Yo.
Just seen you. There we go.
I was just having a poke around in the canola field, and the expected yield is pretty bad anyway.
Oh, is it?
So
right. So it's not.
The idea of jumping the gun is also, I think, irrelevant.
Okay.
I don't think it's worth it.
So we've got potentially then our target is 240,000 quid. We've now got 191. I mean, we've got. I know we've got silage, but I mean, we've got this silage here that's fermenting. We still don't have any cows yet. If we go and fork out 240 grand on these new 3 fields, we're not going to be able to afford cows. So we could sell these silage bales here and get ourselves a good chunk closer to being able to afford.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Oh, can you hear me?
And we've got enough feed for the sheep in the meantime. And remember, they're going to be producing. We can start moving that wool over and start getting the fabric produced.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. Can you hear me?
Sorry, my headphones just went dead, and forgive me, have I just been saying, "Can you hear me?" over and over and over? Sorry.
I can hear you.
Apologies, viewers. I had a technical glitch there. My headphones decided to turn themselves off, and so everything just went numb. Anyway, right, yeah, so we could potentially sell this silage, couldn't we?
Good. Yeah. And I
us-
was just saying we have enough hay here to keep the sheep going, and we should bring over that wool sooner rather than later to start the fabric production.
Yes, that's a good idea. Right. Well, we've still got plenty to do then, haven't we, mate? But I reckon we need to call it here for this episode, because I reckon we'll be north of an hour with this one.
Yeah.
And we can crack
thank
on.
you so much, everybody.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed the video and find it a bit of fun, a bit interesting.
And if you have, hit that like button and remember to visit the description below. You'll find Farmer Sim's link there. Go and subscribe and vice versa.
Likewise,
and
absolutely.
leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.